Welcome back to Quad City Chaos 2013. I'm Lightning Slim, and I'm here with my good friend,
Captain Lou Albamo, and we have seen a pretty exciting first half of this second game of Quad City Chaos in Downsview Park, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 100 for the Ohio Roller Girls, 68 for the CN Power from Toronto. CN Power picking up 25 majors in the first half of this game. Ohio Roller Girls with 19. And we have some skaters in some penalty trouble, Slim.
Absolutely. It looks like for CN Power.
That's number 21, Dinah Urcha, picking up 5 majors, most of those forearms.
Ohio also some trouble of their own penalty-wise. A number 23, that's Phoenix Buns. She has 5.
Most of those out of play penalties.
And Lorraine Acid has 5 also for Ohio.
And she's been picking up track cuts. Also looks like Pantyhoser for CN Power has also picked up 5. She seems to be the queen of the multiplayer block today. But as we get ready to start the second half of this game, we have 3-on-3 blocker pack action, and we're going to see Bambi versus the Smacktivist.
Penalty management going to be tricky in the next half hour. Here they go. Smacktivist barges her way to the front of the pack. And she's up against Nasha the Smasher, just squeaks by and has lead.
Yes, Smacktivist managing 9 points in the first half of this game. Bambi being held in the pack by Avatar. Avatar pushing her to the outside. Whistles being blown. Avatar going to the box for that out of play. Bambi has gotten through, but the Smacktivist is in the pack, Slim.
The blockers of CN Power joining hands, tempting fate on the multiplayer block again, but they managed to slow up the progress of the Smacktivist as the jam comes to a close. 4 points for Ohio.
So Ohio moving to 104 to CN Power's 68. Bambi managing to pick up 31 points in that first half. Motorhead Molly for CN Power, 28 points. Cookie Dough 4. And Defa Caitlin, 5 points over on the Ohio bench. Hellion Boy is going to be skating, and she was the lead scorer for Ohio in the first half with 38 points. She'll be going up against number 204 in pink and silver for CN Power, Motorhead Molly.
Motorhead Molly scoots around the outside. Coming into turn number 2, gets recycled, tries the inside instead. 1 to beat at the front of the pack, and she has lead.
Lorraine Acid letting her go. Motorhead Molly with lead. Hellion Boy stuck in the back. Nasher the Smasher, Bruiseberry Pie, Mega Mouth, and Betty Bomber from CN Power doing a number on Hellion Boy. Someone's being sent to the box. Let's see who that was. That was Bruiseberry Pie going for a forearm, I believe. Motorhead Molly in the pack. Slim looking to pick up points.
Coming through turn number 1, around the outside. Once again does the outside to inside cut, but this time receives resistance. She's run up against Phoenix Buns at the front of the pack.
That's Pippi Ripper Stockings and Phoenix Buns doing a real number on Motorhead Molly, knocking to the inside, cycling her back. Ross Vegas, the jam ref, indicating no pass, no penalty on Motorhead Molly, and that was on Phoenix Buns. Phoenix Buns going down and therefore Motorhead Molly did not have to come in behind her to avoid a cut. Hellion Boy trying to get past Nasher the Smasher, still stuck in the pack, and Motorhead Molly has picked up a track cut, and that means that it's going to be a power jam for Hellion Boy. 35 seconds left in this jam, Slim.
Hellion Boy having some problems trying to capitalize on that power jam as she is pulled backwards. She's had to contend with Betty Bomber and Nasher the Smasher. Betty Bomber receiving a penalty. And we have had a star pass. Now Phoenix Buns wearing the jammer helmet cover for Ohio.
Yeah, really smart move on that. It looked like Great Scott was signaling that in from the bench. Phoenix Buns picking up 5 points. Seconds ticking down on this clock. Looks like she's going to be able to hit the pack again for one more scoring pass. She does and is successful. 5 more points on the board for Ohio Roller Girls. So a star pass putting 10 points on the board for Ohio. They will start this next jam on a power jam. CN Power did pick up 4, so it's 114 to 72, Slim. 26 and a half minutes to go in the game.
Phoenix Buns continuing the good work. She started in the first half of this, scoring 30 points herself in the first half. And a single 27-point jam comprising the majority of that. And look at that. Here she is again on the jammer line.
Yeah, Phoenix Bun's an absolute cardio machine. She could probably jam and block every single jam of a game. Back-to-back blocking jamming sessions in this one. She is lead jammer on a power jam. 4-on-3 pack advantage for Ohio. Tear apart Mia Culprit and Lady Gaga trying to contain Phoenix Buns. Unsuccessful.
Tear apart takes a penalty. This is a least desirable scenario for CN Power right now.
That's right. Lady Gaga also picking up an outplay on that. So once again, only one blocker on the track for CN Power. Penalties really playing a role in this game. Motorhead Molly is out of the pack. Phoenix Buns is looking to stuff her back in.
Motorhead Molly going hip to hip with Phoenix Buns. It looks like she was going to pull away, but Phoenix Buns, as good a defender as she is an offensive player, finally calls off the jam as they approach the pack.
So Ohio Roller Girls starting off the second half with great success. They have moved their score up to 124. CN Power sitting at 72, 25 minutes to go in this game. Both jammers on the track for this one. Looks like Kitty Lickerbottom versus Bambi for CN Power.
The action underway. Kitty Lickerbottom makes an early play to the inside. Meanwhile, Bambi heads to the outside coming through turn number 1. She is spun around, however, gains lead status.
And Betty Bomber coming out the front trying to contain Kitty Lickerbottom. Unsuccessful. Kitty Lickerbottom is about 20 feet back of Bambi. Bambi putting on the jets, trying to catch that pack so that she can put some points on the board. She doesn't want to give up points. She did it a couple times in the first half. Let's see what the jammer refs say. Nothing from null. Two indicated by Las Vegas. So CN Power will move up to 76.
Bambi successful at containing the follow-up pass from Kitty Lickerbottom, so she gains those 2 points solely. On the jammer line now for CN Power, number 807, it's Cookie Dough.
And that's number 1993, Bratislava Bruiser for the Ohio Roller Girls. And once again, the scoreboard operator is too quick on the draw for me. He put those 2 points up, so it's 74 points for CN Power. Coming out the front, that is Cookie Dough getting lead jammer. Cookie Dough not having a ton of success in the first half, but coming out and getting lead jammer right away in the second.
Amy Spears returning from the penalty box, makes her way to the pack, looks behind her. She's keeping an eye on Cookie Dough's approach. Cookie Dough jukes around the outside, having some trouble with Amy Spears, now inside the pack.
And very briefly, we had 5-on-5 action, but Statsy indicating a multiplayer block to tear apart, and Cookie Dough being cycled back by the Ohio Roller Girl blockers, Amy Spears and Avatar. Lady Gaga unable to contain Bratislava Bruiser.
Bratislava Bruiser now skating in the free and open spaces. Cookie Dough completes her pass and calls it off. The blocking core of CN Power, Captain Lou, plagued by these multiplayer blocks.
Indeed, and we just had a track cut indicated on Amy Spears right at the end of that jam. She committed a track cut, so she will go spend a minute in the box. And once again, penalties galore. 124 for the Ohio Roller Girls, 79 for CN Power. 22 and a half minutes to go in the game.
We're looking at Bambi and the Smacktivist, jammers of the right now. Bambi sandwiched between two blockers at the front of the pack, the Smacktivist near the rear. Neither has emerged. We have no lead as yet. Captain Lou.
And we have some really nice vertical blocking going on by the Ohio Roller Girls, knocking Bambi to the outside. But Bambi recovers from that, races through the pack untouched the second time and picks up lead jammer. Smacktivist is out of the pack as well. We've got a race underway. Bambi's going to have to work hard to be able to pick up any points on this. There is a blocker in the box, so one will get her two, but she's going to have to hustle because the Smacktivist is right on her tail. She's going to have to call that off, Slim.
Nothing neither way. Bambi was able to shoot out of that pack due in no small part to some nice work by Megamouth, who threw a hit on the Smacktivist at just the right moment. But the Smacktivist able to catch up with Bambi and neutralize the entire jam.
And jamming for CN Power, that's number 2, Defa Caitlin, also known as Dusty from time to time. We're never really sure which name she's skating under.
Number 2 in the silver. Dusty it is.
And pushing through the front, that's going to be Kitty Lickerbottom getting lead jammer for the Ohio Roller Girls. Dusty stuck in the pack. Lorraine Acid, Phoenix Bun are, holy cow.
A big hit by Lady Gaga on Lorraine Acid.
And heading to the box, that looks like number 21, Dinah Hercha. That's going to be her 6th trip, Slim.
And 7 will get her removed from play. Kitty Lickerbottom emerges from the pack, grand slam. 5 on the board, she's looking for more. Kitty Lickerbottom skating smoothly, keeping an eye on the pack, which is moving very quickly. Her teammates throwing hits on Dusty. She is pulled backwards. And Lickerbottom skates on for another 5, Captain Lou.
Yeah, Dusty really getting ground down in this pack. Kitty Lickerbottom making short work of the track, coming back around, looking to score. She does get knocked around to the outside by Nasher the Smasher, forced to recycle in. That allows Dusty a chance to escape. It's a really nice work by Nasher the Smasher, a well-known, excellent blocker from CN Power. 3 more points for Ohio Roller Girls, and they have moved up to 137 to CN Power's 79. 20 minutes left in the first half, Slim.
Motorhead Molly, number 204. New to CN Power, returns to the jammer line. She faces Phoenix Buns. We'd like to give a word of thanks to our sponsors, Rollerbug, Sugar Bomb, Rumbling Rage, Electric Skate Company with Derby Skins. Thank you to our sponsors.
And Phoenix Buns showing her power as Bruiseberry Pie tried to force her to the outside, but she just managed to stick her feet down and power her way through that corner, getting lead jammer. Motorhead Molly for CN Power has been released from the pack as well. Feet moving non-stop. Phoenix Buns looking to pick up points, calls off the jam, gets all 4 Toronto points, and that moves the Ohio Roller Girls to 141 to the 79 that CN Power has.
And Captain Lou, not only key were the 4 points scored, but she had the presence of mind, even though she had been knocked down, to keep an eye on Motorhead Molly and call off the jam immediately.
Yeah, it is something we've come to expect from Phoenix Buns. Really had a breakout year last year, and it looks like she's going to continue it all year long. She won the blocker MVP at the North Central Regionals and at the Brouhaha last year, so Midwest Brouhaha. So yes, lots of recognition on her part. And we have a jam underway with Hellion Boy going up against Bambi.
Hellion Boy, no slouch herself for Ohio, with an 100-point game last year, and in the thick of things in this contest also.
Hellion Boy being knocked to the outside by Santa Muerta on turn number 4, forced to come all the way back, out of play, penalties being issued by Matisfaction. That's number 1993. Bratislava Bruiser being sent off. Bambi has come all the way around and is scoring points. Hellion Boy is stuck in the pack and unable to break free. Bambi, 5 big roller derby points up on the board. That one goes out to John Maddening and the Minnesota Roller Girls, who will be playing Texas later tonight.
Bambi keeping an eye on the defenders of Ohio. A neat little cruise on the inside line in turn number 3. She is struck down in 4. And moving a little slowly as she gets back onto the track. Avatar taking a penalty on that hit, but another grand slam for Bambi.
And Bambi, a little too tired, did not look back to her bench to see that she was supposed to call it off. Were any points given up? I don't believe they were. So Bambi with a very successful jam brings CN Power up to 89. Ohio Roller Girls sitting at 141. That is a 52-point lead with 17 minutes to go in the half, Slim, or in the game, Slim.
That's right, Captain Lou. Phoenix Buns back on the jammer line. She faces Cookie Dough for CN Power. A very small pack in front of them, and Cookie Dough makes an early play to the front.
Yeah, and with only 1 blocker in the pack for Ohio Roller Girls, Pippi Ripperstockings had to let Cookie Dough go. However, the two blockers for CN Power unable to contain Phoenix Buns. Phoenix Buns making up ground very quickly. Cookie Dough forced to call off. Phoenix Buns wanting points. Does she get any? No. Double fist in the air. No points go up on the board. That jam was a wash, Slim.
141-89. No change to the score. 1 minute gone from the clock. 16 minutes remaining. Bambi back on the track.
That's Kitty Lickerbottom for the Ohio Roller Girls, number 12.
A slow roll to begin things. Everybody moving as a solid pack. Bambi tries to make a play to the inside, falls.
Oh, and a little bit disastrous play on that. Kitty Lickerbottom was trying to pin Bambi in as a jammer, doing a little bit of blocking work, but as a result, she picked up a low block, and this is going to be a power jam for CN Power. This is a moment that CN Power has probably been waiting for all half. It is their opportunity to put a lot of points on the board. They've got their top scorer on the track right now. Bambi knocked to the inside by Lorraine Acid, but Lorraine Acid unable to contain her. 5 more points for CN Power.
Lorraine Acid, one of the smaller players on the track, but absolutely ferocious and always at the center of the action. Bambi inside the pack once again. Lorraine Acid between her and the line. Bambi held back, recycled to the back of the pack as things move on a little more slowly now.
Looks like a clockwise block to, I believe, Bratislava Bruiser for the Ohio Roller Girls. They still have 3 blockers out there, and that's Pippi Rip Your Stockings dragging Bambi to the back. Bambi stuck on the inside. Bambi looking a little bit gassed at the moment. She has been skating very hard in this half.
Bratislava Bruiser putting up some penalties for herself in this half. Bambi up against the 2 wall at the front of the pack. Kitty Lickerbottom back into the pack. Also, things come to a close. I see 5 fingers in the air for CN Power.
And that brings CN Power to within 1 single point to triple digits, and that would mean they are at 99. That makes the difference in this game. The answer to life, the universe, and anything, 42.
Mathematical and literary, folks. That is Captain Lou Albamo.
And looks like our jam timer, Just Mo from the Montreal Roller Derby Girls, is going to indicate that we have a timeout. And that timeout is going to CN Power.
Yep. The skaters remaining on the track. A bit of a discussion there. Once again, we would like to thank Mr. Force for helping to put together the video production you are seeing on Canuck Derby TV. Our camera people and directors, Upperher Cut, Sneaky D's, Uncivil Servant, and Tomy Knockers. Thank you to them. Also, and to Slamtastic Slam Wow on the chat. You can say hi to her in the chat room if you're watching the broadcast. Let us know how we're doing also.
And we once again would like to thank Johny Capote out in Montreal running Canuck Derby TV, which is the reason that you are watching this at home right now. If you have a couple of dollars to donate to Canuck Derby TV, you should do it, because it'll get you more derby in the future. Smacktivist on the line for Ohio Roller Girls. Motorhead Molly for CN Power. These two had some epic jammer battles in the first half. Let's see how this one goes in the second half, Slim.
Motorhead Molly out in front, however, contending with the blocking core of Ohio. No small task. Bruiseberry Pie puts a hit on Smacktivist. That gives Motorhead Molly the time she needs for lead.
Motorhead Molly about half a track to beat Bruiseberry Pie and Smacktivist going toe-to-toe at the front of the pack. Bruiseberry Pie having to let her go. Smacktivist is out of the pack now, but Motorhead Molly is there looking for points. Bruiseberry Pie trying to provide some cover. Motorhead Molly being knocked to the outside, hits the ground, calls off the jam, and picks up 4 points. That puts Toronto over the century mark, 103 to 141. And the score is a little bit closer, 38 points. With 13 minutes to go in this game, still lots of time for Toronto to catch up. Ohio cannot let their foot up off of the accelerator, Slim.
That's right, Captain Lou. Every point counts under the new ranking system of the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. On the jammer line, we have Phoenix Buns. She faces Cookie Dough. Both of them pushing on the pack, everything rolling as a unit. We will see who's the first to break away.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing very defensive jamming on the part of Ohio. Phoenix Bun wearing the star, but working to keep Cookie Dough in the pack. Cookie Dough with only one to beat at the front. That's Lorraine Acid. She cannot contain her. CN Power has lead jammer, Slim.
Cookie Dough with big strides, trying to catch up with a very fast-moving, broken-up pack. The referee's calling for the pack to reform. Cookie Dough in the center of things. Oh, with a bit of a push to the back of Lorraine Acid. That will send Cookie Dough to the penalty box, Captain Lou.
And that may turn out to be somewhat disastrous for CN Power. They had brought it back to within 38 points. But now Phoenix Buns is the only person on the track who can score in this Power Jam, and she did pick up 27 points on the previous Power Jam in this game. Not really the jammer you want out there. Heading to the box, that's number 1111, Santa Muerte. Too many ones, only 3 ones, I think.
More difficulty for CN Power. Phoenix Buns now up against the 3 remaining skaters. And eventually pushes her way through with some tenacity, picking up 5 points.
Yeah, Phoenix Buns is really too tough a jammer, and when she's a blocker, to stop one-on-one. She's just blasting her way through these pink and silver walls. Tear apart, doing a good job of anchoring the blockers, but the 2 blockers that are out there, Mia Culprit and looks like Lady Gaga, have been unable to stop Phoenix Buns. She scoots through once again, another 5 fingers in the air, 5 more points for the Ohio Roller Girl All-Stars. That puts them at 166, Slim.
Struck down there at the front of the pack. She decides now that Cookie Dough has returned to call off the jam.
And even though the jam was called off, I believe that the outside pack ref, Bonesy Adams, indicated a track cut on Phoenix Buns. Phoenix Buns went to the penalty box. There is some conferring of the referees, so we're going to see what happens, but I believe this is a power jam, 2 points aside in that last jam, so 166 to 105, but Motorhead Molly is going to get a power jam, a full minute on a power jam, Slim.
Flying solo, Motorhead Molly dancing around the back of the pack. Amy Spears containing her quite effectively.
Amy Spears going to the box for a clockwise block. And number 1993, Bratislava Bruiser heading to the pack, or heading to the box as well. So light pack for Ohio Roller Girls. There goes Lorraine Acid on her 6th. Motorhead Molly is lead jammer, and there is only 1 blocker on the track for Ohio Roller Girls at the moment.
Toronto not scrupling to put their skaters to one side and form a conga line and give Motorhead Molly some room to skate.
Motorhead Molly is a jammer who can put up points by the handful, and the handful indicated by her jammer ref, Ross Vegas, says she has another 5 points, Slim.
Lorraine Acid at the back of the pack. She was sent to the penalty area, but there was no room at the inn, and she will have to serve her penalty later.
And the question is, she just got sent off again. She had 5. That may have been 6 and 7 on that jam. We're going to look for clarification and see if she gets sent out of this game. Motorhead Molly had picked up another 5. Phoenix Buns is out of the penalty box. This is her initial pass, I believe, but called off by Motorhead Molly. No additional points on that jam. CN Power moving up to 120. Great Scott looking for a timeout on the Ohio bench. And we're going to have to see what's going on, because we may have some people leaving this game.
Absolutely, with so many skaters sitting over the 5 mark at the halfway point of the contest, we figured, Lou, we did, that we'd see some people removed from play. We'll see what happens now.
That's right. Both Buns and Lorraine Acid on the whiteboard have 6 majors, as does Dinah Hertscha for CN Power. So with 8 minutes and 41 seconds left, all 3 of those players are in high rotation.
And
the likelihood.
And Lorraine Acid was waiting for time to serve when she was taken off the track another time. And as you said, that could be 6 or it could be 6 and 7.
Yeah, so we have some pinks and stripes conferring in the middle. They need to make sure that they get everything right here. A timeout by the Ohio Roller Girls manages to stop the clock for a minute, which means the Zebras will not have to take an official timeout until the timeout ends, and the head ref Statsy indicates that he does need an official timeout, and he is now conferring with head coach Great Scott, Brady Cardia, doing some penalty tracking, indicating who has too many penalties. And we're going to see there is a likelihood, I believe, that Lorraine Acid may have picked up her 7th while she was stuck on the track, Slim.
You're watching Quad City Chaos 2013 edition. You're seeing a bout between the CN Power of Toronto Roller Derby and the Ohio Roller Girls All-Stars. This bout is sanctioned by the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. We're in the middle of an official timeout with a score of 168 to 120 in favor of Ohio. 8 minutes, 41 seconds remaining.
We are only in the second game of today, and look at that. It was not Lorraine Acid going. That's number 23, Phoenix Buns, picking up her 7th penalty. The captain, the scoring phenomena, the blocking phenomena for Ohio Roller Girls with 8 minutes and 41 seconds, has picked up 7 majors. The smacktivist goes to the box to serve the minute for her captain, and that means that Ohio will have to designate a new captain because Phoenix was wearing the C, and when your C gets ejected, somebody else gets to wear the C.
Of course, the risk involved in being such an effective and highly utilized player is that someone like Phoenix Buns will often find herself in risky situations on the track and incur some of those penalties, Lou.
And now the question for Toronto with almost 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 41 seconds left in this game, 48-point lead. And I checking around, yes, number 59, Lorraine Acid, also picking up her 7th. So Ohio Roller Girls have lost 2 of their key blockers. One of their blockers who also has jammed very well in this game with over 8 minutes to go, 48 points. Can CN Power take advantage of the fact that Ohio has lost these players, Slim?
Avatar, currently the only blocker for Ohio on the track. And Bambi, number 33, you see her there in the silver and the pink. She will be jamming solo for the CN Power, yes, as you say, Captain Luke. Will she be able to capitalize? Can Toronto close the gap?
That's right. I mean, they're starting on a power jam. Only 1 blocker out there. 4 blockers for CN Power. Can Avatar get a piece of her? No. Swing and a miss. Bambi is lead jammer immediately, and she is off to the races looking to pick up points and close the gap. Bambi quickly around the track on the outside, picks up 5 points, looking for more. Penalty box emptying a bit. Ohio Roller Girls getting some blockers back on the track. Can CN Power isolate them enough so that Bambi can pick up points? She's going up against the front. Avatar pushing to the front. We've got out of play indicated by Matisfaction. 5 points for Bambi. She's closing the gap. It's getting much closer. 130 for CN Power. 168 for Ohio Roller Girls. Bambi in there looking for points again. Avatar trying to keep her away, but no. 5 more points, Slim. Bambi picking up 15 points so far.
An eruption on the CN Power bench. They're cheering on Bambi as she cruises through into the pack once again, up against that 2-wall in the front. Bambi fighting for the future of this bout, puts up another 5.
And that brings CN Power up to 140. They've closed the gap to 28 points. Bambi is back in the pack. The jammer, the smacktivist, has been released from the penalty box. She enters the back of the pack. CN Power does see her, and they have picked her up. They are blocking her right now. Bambi has picked up another 5 points. She's coming around for another pass. Still 40 seconds left in this jam. Bambi looking for her. That's Avatar at the front. Avatar does move her to the inside, Slim.
Avatar very effectively recycling Bambi, pulls her all the way back almost to turn number 3. Bambi having to start to rev up again. She looks a little tired. She's put up some serious numbers in this jam. Meanwhile, Ohio's jammer coming around the mountain. But this jam's over.
And an absolutely huge jam on the part of CN Power. They took complete advantage of those two skaters fouling out. The power jam, only one blocker to start. Bambi moving them up. 30-point power jam, 168 for Ohio Roller Girls, 150 for CN Power, 18-point game with 6.5 minutes to go, Slim.
The bunker erupting in noise here. Obviously, lots of hometown fans here for the CN Power. And Motorhead Molly takes to the track there. At number 204, she faces the Smacktivist.
Motorhead Molly sidling sideways through her own wall. Motorhead Molly going back in. A track cut indicated by Bonesy Adam on Motorhead Molly. And just like that, Ohio Roller Girls are going to have a power jam. CN Power had it back within 18 points, but the Smacktivist will have a minute to score points all by herself, Slim.
The Smacktivist making quick work of the distance of the track. Back inside the pack now. Pushed up against the front wall. She has 2 to beat at the front, trying to stretch out that pack. She has emerged. The Smacktivist with 5.
And there are 4 CN Power blockers together at the front. The Smacktivist approaches the wall of silver and pink, trying to push her way through. Bruiseberry Pie able to cycle the Smacktivist back, able to slow up her progress. Time ticking down on the jam. We still have a minute to go, but the penalty will be expiring shortly. Smacktivist skating backwards, sideways, knocked to the outside by Dinah Hertscha. Smacktivist having to pick herself up and bring herself all the way back, Slim.
Absolutely devastating physicality from Dinah Hertscha. Although the Smacktivist may have been fooled there. She brought herself all the way back to where Bruiseberry Pie was, even farther back than where Dinah Hertscha had dragged her.
Oh, and we had very close to a track cut there, but Smacktivist managed to get in with her hips behind Dinah Hertscha. Clears her way out the front. And no, look, we do have 5 points indicated, but the Smacktivist was sent to the box. Motorhead Molly is out of the pack now, and there is chaos on the track, Slim.
Motorhead Molly now being pushed on by Bratislava Bruiser. Forced to let her go outside the zone of engagement. Bruiseberry Pie heading to the penalty area.
And Bruiseberry, how many penalties does Bruiseberry have? She's been picking them up all night long, too. She's number 31. Number 21's Dinah Hertscha. She's the one who's sitting on 6. Bruiseberry just has 4, so she's actually doing fairly well. And we have a timeout indicated by CN Power. Reverend Ramirez, interested in discussing something that happened in the last jam. And just checking to see if he's going to use his official review. 4 minutes to go.
Shot there of the penalty box. That's Smacktivist protesting.
Smacktivist is very confused as to why she's in the penalty box. I did not see the call. And I'm trying to see the whiteboard, but there are a lot of skaters standing in front of it, so I don't know why she's in there.
Usually one story from a jammer in the penalty box that they don't know why the penalty was called, and no matter what it was probably wrong. Sonic Doom, coach for CN Power, talking there with the Reverend and Bambi.
And once again, at this time, we will thank our sponsors of Rollerbug, Sugar Bomb, Rumbling Rage, and the Electric Skate Company with Derby Skins. They are helping to bring this broadcast across the internet from Downsview Park to your lovely home onto your computer, where you will hopefully be enjoying the non-stop WFTDA sanctioned action. And having said that, our next game that we'll be calling is not sanctioned. It is a couple of B teams that'll be playing, Slim, and we will be calling that game.
That's right. You get both of us again, folks.
You'll be seeing the Devil Dollies out of Queen City Roller Girls playing the Bay Street Bruisers from Toronto Roller Derby. The B team that was resurrected last year has had great success, has only lost 1 game since their resurrection, that game being against the Ohio Roller Girls Gang Green B team. They will have a rematch tomorrow, but before that happens, the Bruisers will have to face off against the Devil Dollies of Queen City.
I do believe the Bay Street Bruisers 13-1.
Is Is it that many?
I do believe it is.
They really went on a roll after forming and losing their first game to Ohio, and then just absolutely coming out and blasting through every opponent that they have faced since. So they are a very impressive B team, and that action will be coming up after this. I can guarantee you that will be an entertaining game as well. And that will not be the only thing that happens later today, Slim. There are more games coming up, aren't there?
Absolutely. This Ohio team will take on the Rideau Valley Vixens at 5 o'clock. And after that, you will have Toronto taking on Queen City.
So once again, both those games will be sanctioned. Exciting action all night long. And if you watched the first game today, you saw skater number 10 from Rideau Valley skating as Murphy, now formerly known as Semi Precious, who was a Team Canada blocker, one of the best blockers in Canada. I am very excited to see her go up against Phoenix Buns and see the sparks fly as the hips crash into each other.
The official review concerned the jammer cut penalty. At the beginning of the last jam, that official review has been denied. No change to the situation as we begin again, Captain Lou.
And we do start again on a power jam. Bambi pushing her way out the front. Pippi Rip Your Stockings pushing her to the outside. Whistles being blown. Let's see if anyone's going to the box for that. I'm seeing a clockwise block indicated on 5150. That's Pippi. Avatar is out of the box as well. Bambi is lead jammer, but has not cleared the pack.
In fact, she was struck down there and has picked up a back blocking penalty along the way. She highly indignant. She skates to the box.
And that releases the Smacktivist from the box. CN Power was within 23 points, but the Smacktivist will have an opportunity to put points on the board. Bambi had not gotten out of the pack, so she was still on her first pass. She was lead jammer, so this jam's going to run the full 2 minutes, Slim.
Smacktivist fights her way past Betty Bomber and Bruiseberry Pie. Picks up those points, scoots around the track. It's back in the pack again, almost like she teleported. Takes a spill to the inside of turn number 3.
And that was Pantyhoser picking up a low block, I believe. That was her 6th major. So she is in danger of going out, but time is ticking down in this game. We are under the 3-minute mark, 40 seconds left in this jam. Smacktivist picked up 5 more points on the last pass. She is back in the pack. Bruiseberry Pie trying to force it to the outside. Unsuccessful. 5 more points, Slim.
That's right. The score now 188 to 155. 2.5 minutes remaining. The Smacktivist inside the pack once more. And she's through.
That's right. Betty Bomber, Bruiseberry Pie unable to keep her in there. Bambi out of the box. Has to come in behind all of the skaters. She does so. Smacktivist, meanwhile, has picked up another 5 points, pushing the Ohio Roller Girls up to 198. They're closing in on the 200 mark. Time running out on the jam. Will she be able to get any more points? The whistles are blown. We're looking at the jammer refs. No more points on the board. 198 for the Ohio Roller Girls. 155 for CN Power. 1 minute and 53 seconds left to go. And we've got timeouts. I don't know who's calling it, but both teams have a pants load. And you really want to use your time management at this point in the game. 43 points. Kind of tough to come back in one jam, but if you can manage to get 2 or 3 in the last 2 minutes, you might be able to pull it off.
Oh, Derby time is anything can happen time, Captain Lou. Ohio currently ahead on the scoreboard. However, the separate category of penalty management certainly belongs to CN Power on this one, as they've managed to keep a few skaters in the danger zone keep on floating.
That's right. Both Dinah Hertz and Pantyhoser started this half with 5. They both sit at 6, but neither one has left the game. Really not a lot of time left. Although we're going to see, we might have lost a skater, as I said. That's the curse of the announcer, Slim.
2 flamingos making their way over to the penalty area.
And no, I'm not seeing any skaters exit. We've got a whistle from Just Mo indicating that we're ready to play again, though both coaches are still on the track. They're wondering what's going on. So I guess we're going to go back to an official timeout.
It seems to be over now. The coaches returning to their benches. Back to the action on the track.
And with less than 2 minutes to go in this game, this could potentially be the last jam of the game. Kitty Lickerbottom, number 12 for Ohio Roller Girls. Motorhead Molly, number 204 for CN Power. CN Power in silver and pink. Green and black for Ohio Roller Girls. Kitty Lickerbottom's pushing up against that front wall, trying to get through to get lead jammer. If she gets lead jammer, she can control when this game ends. Motorhead Molly being stuck at the back, Slim.
Nasher the Smasher and Mia Culprit trying to hold up Kitty Lickerbottom. She's through to the inside line and has lead. Kitty Lickerbottom of Ohio.
And with a 43-point lead, Ohio Roller Girls could potentially run out the clock in this game. The question is, will they allow one more jam to happen? Big hits on the inside going by on turn 2. Motorhead Molly escaping from the pack. Bratislava Bruiser unable to contain her. Pippi Rip Your Stockings going to the box. And in the pack, that's Kitty Lickerbottom picking up points. Only Mia Culprit to beat, Slim.
Mia Culprit parks herself in front of Kitty Lickerbottom, strikes her down. And this jam has come to a close. Motorhead Molly asking for a point. Does not receive one.
And Kitty did pick up a 3. That puts them over the double century mark. 201 for the Ohio Roller Girl All-Stars. 40 seconds, 45 seconds. We're going to get one last jam in this game. And unless Toronto can pull off the biggest jam of all time, they probably will go down to defeat. But on the rankings and ranking points, we will have to see how they do mathematically.
Smacktivist and Bambi jammers of the right now, both of them striving to the front of the pack. Smacktivist out front, just beats Bruiseberry Pie. Bambi giving hot pursuit to the lead jammer, Smacktivist.
And the Smacktivist getting advice from her coach, Great Scott, getting her to slow things down. She wants to run out this clock, puts a hip on Bambi, slowing Bambi down, bump, 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 keeping her away from the pack. Time ticking down on this clock. Smacktivist looking up to see how much time.
Official time has expired. Smacktivist calls off the jam. No points scored on that pass, but there's definitely a score on the board. The unofficial final 201 for Ohio, CN Power 155.
That was really nice time management on the part of the Ohio Roller Girls. Smacktivist made sure that there was no opportunity for her to get a penalty, cost her team some points. Again, under the new WFTDA ranking system, every point counts in every game that you play. Ohio Roller Girls making sure that they keep the margin at 46 points, which is the score unofficially at the moment.
Ohio, calm, cool, and collected. Even though they lost 2 of their most effective players to penalties, they never wavered in their course.
And CN Power did manage to get the game back to within 18 points after those players left, but that was as close as they could bring it. Power Jam penalties to their jammers. CN Power gave up a bunch of points in the last dying minutes of the game, but I think they might be fairly happy with the result. 46 points is a lot better than the 100 points they lost the last time. They really scored, according to my math, 3/7 of the points. So not too bad. They should get decent ranking points for that. Ohio Roller Girls once again proving they are a force in roller derby to be reckoned with. Currently ranked 23, probably going to move up after playing this weekend. Fun team to play against. I don't know if I'd want to go against them if I was trying to move up, though.
Certainly not. Solid performance from Ohio. A spirited defense from CN Power. Stay tuned, folks. Very soon, it's at around 2 o'clock, you're going to see the Bay Street Bruisers. They're going to be playing the Devil Dollies out of Queen City. That's Buffalo, for those not in the know. This is Quad City Chaos, the 2013 edition.
I have been Captain Lou Albamo, and I will be again shortly, and I was joined by my partner,
Lightning Slim. See you soon, folks.